This is the Chattanooga Podcast Network.
Hello again. Oh, how we have missed you, friend. Sit down and strap in. The Mad Bolus podcast is about to begin. And now, for the world to fear, this is the incredibly fun and lighthearted The Mad Bolus podcast.
We would like to welcome you all to the live from YouTube Season 2 premiere of the Matt Bolus podcast. I am Matt Bolus, along with Matt Bolus. Matt Bolus, how are you today?
Dusty Ray reporting in. What's up, y'all? This is the Matt Bolus podcast. This is our live version of the Matt Bolus podcast, Season 2 premiere. Season 1 was finished out in 2015. We're starting out new and fresh here on the Matt Bolus podcast in 2016. If you haven't noticed yet, we have a new logo. A new way of putting the Matt Bolus podcast out there on the internet. We also have new memes and saying images you can go to the Matt Bolus podcast Facebook page and like and share those and show your friends just how you really feel about things.
The perfect way to be passive aggressive and express yourself at the same time. The Matt Bolus podcast memes.
We have many memes. We have many saying images. You can go on there and check them out on the Matt Bolus podcast Facebook page. You can also go to the Matt Bolus podcast Twitter page at the Matt Bolus, and you can check out all the cool memes and saying images that we have on there. If you don't like Facebook or Twitter, you can check me out on Instagram. I have a bunch of cool pictures on Instagram at the Matt Bolus. Oh wow. That's the holy trinity of social media, isn't it?
You finally accomplished the holy trinity. You're there.
I can't believe it. I have an Instagram, y'all. Wow. Oh, man, I'm so happy that I have an Instagram. Let me tell you about me and my Instagram.
Please tell me how happy you are about having an Instagram.
I feel like I'm part of society now. I feel like I can actually move on with my life knowing that people can follow me on 3 different things when it comes to social media. The Holy Trinity, as we said before. I'm very happy about the Holy Trinity. The Holy Trinity came into my life and has completely changed it. And I don't know where I would be right now without the Holy Trinity of social media. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I've been preparing myself for the last couple years now to die alone, and I'm very happy with that. So
as you may have heard, Matt Bolus has come to terms with his dying alone.
I've come to terms with this. What struck me a couple of years ago was, I'm in the past, but I've moved on, and what I'm trying to do now is just focus on myself for the rest of my life. Just me, by myself. I'm preparing to die alone. I don't feel like that I need a significant other. I don't want to get married. I don't want to have that's another thing. Matt Bolus is... Well, that's fine.
So for all you ladies out there, you've just heard Matt Bolus is single and clearly ready to mingle. He will bring you up when you are down. The lighthearted, heavy-handed Matt Bolus. Yesterday, Donald Trump released his 2016 ad. And after we get past this Always Sunny in Philadelphia advertisement,
oh, hell yeah,
I'll let you see it.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message. The politicians can pretend it's something else, but Donald Trump calls it radical Islamic terrorism. That's why he's calling for a temporary shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until we can figure out what's going on. He'll quickly cut the head off ISIS and take their oil, and he'll stop illegal immigration by building a wall on our southern border that Mexico will pay for. We will make America great again.
That's real.
That's not real.
That's
no
real.
way. Did he just say steal the oil?
Yeah,
no, he didn't.
He's going to cut the head off of ISIS and then take their oil.
Well, you know what? You know something about Donald Trump?
What's that?
I mean, he ain't being shadowy about it.
But he can't do...
He's putting it out there in the front, dude.
He's putting it out there in the front.
If you think about it, Bush used 9/11 as his means to get into the Middle East, right? Trump? No, sir. I don't need excuse.
Well, how about,
I will go there.
How about I throw you a couple... Donald Trump is an American nightmare, hands down. How about I throw you a couple of Donald Trump quotes?
Okay.
The concept of global warming was created by and for the Chinese in order to make the U.S. manufacturing non-competitive. The Chinese created global warming, the idea of it, the mythos. Okay, yeah, so you agree.
Yeah, well, you know, that's the thing. When it comes to Donald Trump, China, what people don't understand is it's not going to be that bad. Okay, you heard what he said he's going to plan on doing, right? We're going to cut the head off ISIS. I'm totally down for that. Fuck them.
Then we're going to take their oil.
And then we're going to take their oil.
Which
That's awesome. Good. We need it.
That's such simple-minded cavemen type thinking.
It's what this country needs.
It's
We need that rhetoric of George W. Bush again.
it's what this is.
Yeah.
It's what it is. It's not what it needs.
No, it needs it too.
Here's another Donald Trump quote. I will build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me. Believe me. And I'll build them very inexpensively. I'll build a great wall on our southern border, and I will make Mexico pay for that wall.
Fuck yeah.
Mark my words.
Great. Thank you, Donald Trump, for just...
Now, can I quickly segue into terrorism?
Yeah.
What is a terrorist? A terrorist is someone who spreads fear. Does that not sound like a terrorist speaking? Does Donald Trump not sound like...
But has he committed any acts of terrorism?
These ideas alone...
That's just a politician trying to get elected president.
The ideas alone are so radical that they can be compared to ISIS, which is funny, segueing into Donald Trump being in the latest ISIS video.
Hey, man,
Donald Trump,
fire with fire.
Donald Trump was in the latest ISIS video. They are using him as an example of why America is such dirt. 37% of America want him in. And those are the only people who aren't too lazy to get up and do the polls. They want him in office.
Yeah.
So we are the song that they...
That's no big deal. This is America.
Let's make it great again. ISIS is using him as an example of what America is all about. And just the simple fact that we don't eliminate him from the presidential campaign altogether, we are unintentionally proving that point.
Well, when George Bush got elected, I was like, wow. Literally anybody can get elected president in this country. But he didn't get elected. Let's not fool ourselves, first off, when it comes to Bush in 2000. George W. Bush did not get elected by the American people.
Did you hear about Russia placing the United States on its national security threat list?
Yeah.
That's scary. You know why? Selfish, evil monsters.
Dude, alright. You're totally right. I can guarantee if Donald Trump gets elected, give it 2 or 3 years, we'll be in a war. We'll be in a war with China or someone. No.
Times are getting dark and the light is fading, but we can change this. And I'm speaking to true Americans right now. You're out there. There are far more decent, good people out there than there are evil. But we need to stand up and scream from the rooftops that we will not be afraid anymore. This situation is very similar to a situation that happened in the late 80s on a little street, Elm Street, where Frederick Krueger was spreading fear and killing innocent teenagers in their dreams. But long story short, it turns out that Freddy Krueger's power was derived from our fear. And once they stopped giving him fear, his power was gone. So that's the best example I can give for terrorists and the evil amongst us. That's the best. Love will triumph over ISIS. Love will triumph over Trump. Love is going to trump Trump. We need to love ISIS and show them that love is all we need. You look like you're about to explode over there. You look like you're about to explode.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay, look, I'm a little afraid of heights, so I'm going to step off my horse really quick and tell you that it's time for the fan of the week.
Oh, well, no. While we're talking about this, I need to get some shit out. Hold on. Let's not just jump to the fan of the fucking week. We're live, man. We can do that later on. Plus, we want people to stay on board with us. You know, maybe we'll call out their name. Maybe we'll say your name during the fan of the week. So stay tuned.
Take 30 seconds to give me everything you got about Trump.
I'm not talking about Trump.
Okay, just give it.
I'm going to talk about the world.
Okay, give me 30 seconds on the world.
Love ISIS, huh? You want me to love somebody who's willing to blow themselves up for their religion.
Yes.
You want me... you want Matt Bolus to say, hey, you know what? You know what? I know you're brainwashed and you can't help it. And I know you have that bomb on your chest and you're going to blow us both up. But let me tell you something. I love you. So go ahead and push that button. You want me to do that to ISIS?
I don't want you to go snuggle up to him in bed. Two people playing that game.
Look,
it's gonna...
Alright, this is that whole sidelines thing I'm talking about right now. Alright? You have everybody who is so about everything on about everything on social media, right? But everybody's on the sidelines about everything. Nobody's willing to make a fucking stand anymore.
So you want me to go over there
I
and
want
say
you, Dusty, I want you on behalf of the Matt Bolus podcast, take the next fucking plane
to Syria?
to Syria. I want you to confront ISIS and tell them...
I love you.
Exactly.
I
That's
think
what I want you to do.
Love's going to change this. Hate's not going to change it.
Hey, man, my hate is
so.
so pure it's considered a form of love.
Once again, it's time for this week's Fan of the Week.
Fan of the week is...
This week's Fan of the Week
is...
Joel McMillan.
McMillan.
Joel McMillan, you are going to win the soapbox that I just stepped off of. Also, you are going to win a chance to sit down with Matt Bolus and discuss the plans going forward for the Matt Bolus podcast dealing with ISIS.
But guess what, Joel? Since this is the live streaming version of Season 2 premiere of the Matt Bolus podcast, guess what? You actually have won a prize. And this is no joke. You are going to receive a limited edition Bob Marley poster. It's just a poster of Bob Marley. He's hitting a joint.
It looks like some sort of rolled cigarette.
It's a rolled cigarette.
Yeah,
We'll call
like
it that.
You can tell by the consistency of the smoke.
He's
that
squinting his eyes.
it's tobacco.
It's tobacco because the tobacco's in his eyes. The smoke is in his eyes.
Haven't you hit a filterless Camel before?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But that's what you're going to get, dude. You get it.
Signed by
Dusty Ray
and Matt Bolus of
the Matt Bolus podcast. No shit. And when you get it, do me a favor. Take a picture of yourself with the poster and post it on the page so you can show people that we do give them fucking gifts.
You are really aggravated about the one gentleman who said that he didn't receive a gift.
He had a chance to win.
He did have a chance to win, and if he would have given us a proper address, he would have received it.
Maybe. Yeah, that's the thing.
Return to sender. Came right back, return to
People
sender.
do not fucking give us the right addresses or phone numbers. We can't help that. We've done everything in our power to try to make sure people have gotten their gifts, their prizes from Fan of the Week. All right? We even quit the Fan of the Week last year for like 2 weeks.
You are incredibly aggressive.
It's Donald Trump.
It
It's
got you fired up.
the whole... Yeah, that whole
You
shit.
even got your Fan of the Week thing. You fans.
Hold on. The producer's telling me something. Do me a favor, everybody out there listening right now. If you haven't been on Netflix recently, go to Netflix and check out the show Pompidou. You're going to love it.
Pompidou, the Matt Bolus podcast,
Ben
Netflix.com.
on.
We'll be right back after this on the live from YouTube Matt Bolus podcast season 2 premiere. I am Dusty Ray. I am the best.
Hey, I'm executive intern Pete from the Rob and Slim Show. These assholes get me wasted, bust my balls, make me shit in adult diapers, and yet I still come back every fucking week. I can't remember much, and I'll probably regret everything later on in life. But you can find these two schmucks, Rob and Slim, on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, and Stitcher. You guys get that?
The Matt Bolus Podcast, brought to you by everything. Everything you love is anything you want. Anything you love is everything we got. So, / everything. Matt Bolus Podcast, brought to you by
Obama came through. He's taken away chemicals in cigarettes. He's put new chemicals in cigarettes. He's went through and he's taken some guns from he actually went and took guns.
I heard about that. He went to their house.
Obama's given gays rights.
Can you...
Obama wasn't even born in the United States. He was born in Hawaii.
And that's not the United States.
No.
That's South Africa.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Obama-
That could be taken a little out of context.
Obama has been training ISIS in camps down in Mexico.
On this edition of the Matt Bolus Podcast Season 2 premiere, we will both reveal one secret about ourselves. Also, we did answer your Twitter questions. After that, Kesha, and then Matt Bolus Podcast, brought to you by Red Bull So. And that's where you go for Red Bull So.
Way to go.
You want to know one secret about me on the Matt Bolus podcast, Matt Bolus, that I'm not sure that I've even told you?
What is it?
There have been a couple of times. First of all, I know I'm not really welcome in the kingdom of heaven, because there have been a couple of times that I have prayed. It's been, the last time I did it was probably about 14. But when I was 14 in high school, I actually prayed to God and told him I would turn my life around if he would not make me have to shit right then, because I was about to shit my pants.
Really?
And I remember I was going, please Jesus, please Jesus, please Jesus.
And did he help you? It helped you.
I don't know if it wasn't significant enough for me to notice that it helped. I think I just endured the pain of it. But yeah, I did it the last time when I was 14, but I remember doing it most of my child life because I had anxiety and I didn't like to poop in public. And when I was at school, I'd be like, please Jesus, don't let me poop. Please don't.
That's a good one, man. That's something that you've never told anybody?
I'm sure I think I've told people in passing, but I've never told the podcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
In passing, you're walking down the street, you're going to
Let me tell you the story. Oh, okay, I'll tell you one that's crazy. It's got something to do with the bathroom.
Okay.
This one time, my dad took me to a movie downtown to the Bijou, before it was the Majestic, and where the rock. If you've been to the Soda Sopa downtown in Chattanooga, where the rock climbing is, that used to be a fucking theater called the Bijou, and their bathroom's located right there next to the elevators in the parking garage. I went in the bathroom to piss. To piss. I used a stall. I didn't use a urinal because there was an African American man in there eating a chicken sandwich. And I thought to myself, you know what? I think using a urinal, I had to be like 10 or 11. I thought to myself, I think I'm going to use a urinal because I'll feel safer in there. I wasn't saying to myself, oh, those are damn Albans eating our urinal. It was, oh, there's a man in here and he's eating a fucking chicken sandwich. So I used the urinal. I came out and for some reason I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to wash my hands. I don't want to seem disgusting in front of this guy, even though he was eating a fucking chicken sandwich in a public bathroom. So I went up and started washing my hands. He started coming up to me and he goes, hey man, you got any money? You got $1? He starts coming up to me. He's got a chicken sandwich in one hand. He's eating it, and he's got 3 fingers extended like, you got $1? You got $1? Moving them up and down. You got $1? Well, I guess my good nature back then, before I was wrecked in the world, I started to pull a couple dollars out of my pocket because I wanted to give it to him. Well, then he started lunging towards me, and about that time, my dad jumped into the bathroom, and he goes, Matt? Like that, and the guy stopped, and my dad came out and put me behind him, and got onto the guy and asked him what the hell he was doing and why he was eating a fucking chicken sandwich in the bathroom.
That was his first question. Now, what are you doing with Matt?
Yeah. Why are you eating a chicken sandwich in the bathroom? No, that was the second question. The first one was, what are you doing to my son? Or whatever.
Good story. While we are on the topic of bathroom humor, this is the season 2 premiere of the Matt Bolus podcast. One time I went to a Cracker Barrel, delicious. I ate my delicious Cracker Barrel and I decided to use the restroom because I was on the road. I go in to use the restroom at this Cracker Barrel. I had to be 24, 25. And I sit down to poop. And the guy beside me poops so bad. And it stinks so bad that I throw up while I'm pooping on the toilet beside. And I actually felt bad for the guy beside me because he heard me. He was in there before me, and I said he heard me sit down. He heard me be in there. I don't know if he heard me being in the stall, but I was in the stall. He was aware of the fact that I was with him, and he just finally had one. And I threw up. He didn't make any noise. I just quietly finished up both and tried to clean up the best I could. Luckily, I was wearing a jacket.
Damn. I got a new meme.
What is it? Why the hell are you eating a chicken sandwich in the bathroom on the Matt Bolus podcast?
If a guy's eating a chicken sandwich in a public bathroom, don't approach him. Don't even talk to him.
Those are rules to live by. And that was backstage bonus exclusive pass for the Matt Bolus podcast season 2. The first 3 episodes of season 2 will be backstage, train-free, exclusive for your earbud pleasure on the Matt Bolus podcast, brought to you by me, the Dusty Ray Podcast, and Matt Bolus Podcast on the Chattanooga Podcast Network. Live after this exclusive live Diabolus, and then after that, a podcast talking about what happened on Diabolus. That is Talking Diabolus, hosted by Chris Hardwick.
Yeah, Chris Hardwick's
of the Nerdist Podcast. We'd really like to thank you, Chris Hardwick. You're awesome.
Thank you, Chris Hardwick, for hosting the Talking Diabolus, because a lot of people are going to want to talk about it.
And I'm going to segue right into this. Whenever I quit drinking, at one point or time or another, you may have noticed me at AA with Dusty Ray at AA. And when I quit drinking, listening to him talk about not drinking probably helped out a lot. So if I ever meet him one day, I'm going to, he does it via satellite, Talking Bolus, and, I produce. But if I ever get to meet him, I'm going to thank him for, sharing his story.
Diabolus is going to be a new podcast I'm watching that will actually talk about religion, politics, and all things considered. We're going to cover the topics, guys. We are.
Real topics.
And it's going to be something that a lot of people aren't going to want to agree with. We're going to talk.
Hey, I'm Rob,
And I'm Slim.
and we do things like eat hot dog smoothies and have our intern shit in adult diapers.
Yakov Spiridov loves us. He raves about us on Twitter.
We do a lot of great interviews with musicians, actors, and comedians.
We've also gotten a bunch of death threats and lawsuit threats.
If any of these things intrigue you, then check us out. Find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube.
Rob and Slim, internet radio at its finest. Pew 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 pew.
Welcome back to the Matt Bolus Podcast Live Season 2 on YouTube. Premiere. I need to get this off my chest. I need to say this. Natural selection, the world working itself out. People shouldn't fret over these things.
You are making this difficult to be funny.
What do you mean?
It's hard. It's really hard to spin that funny.
What do you mean?
Because I can kind of smell where you're going.
What do you smell? No, I'm just saying natural selection, man. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I know.
There is not getting anything funny out of this. I was about to go on this really bad rant.
And we'll be right back.
Yeah, go to commercial.
Somebody go to commercial.
Just go to
just
commercial.
cut the fucking commercial.
Mr. Producer. Motherfucker. I guess I could do impressions.
Yeah, that's exactly what we need right now.
I can do impressions
We'll just
of
do-
people.
Yeah, that's.
Let me do my Bill Cosby. Hold on.
You stop.
Bill Cosby, what did you think?
Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform you all right now, this is my 2 weeks notice. I will be leaving the Matt Bolus podcast.
I don't blame you.
After that, I have decided to put in a 2 weeks notice.
I've been waiting to do the Cosby sketch all night.
I cannot. This is my 2 weeks notice. For my public image, I cannot.
So the PlayStation Network's being hacked right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know by who?
No.
You haven't done the research.
I don't care.
I mean, either. I didn't look it up either.
Well, still put that off on me. Ladies and gentlemen, as you may have heard, the reasons why I am putting in my 2 weeks notice.
Oh man, really?
Really burned your ass.
It's too bad we can't get facial expressions. Oh yeah, by the way, we apologize here at the Matt Bolus Podcast. We were going to try to make this a live, not just audio, but we wanted it to be a video too. We wanted you to see us as we perform the Matt Bolus Podcast live. But due to technical difficulties, we weren't able to do that. But next episode, we're going to be doing it. So
Skype's acting quite funny.
Skype is acting very funny. But sorry about it. It could have something to do with PlayStation Network being down.
It could be.
Could be
that
that.
really. I feel like no matter how fun and lighthearted I am, I cannot balance out something like a impersonation. I feel like we're in a hole right now that it's going to take something drastic.
You think that?
I think it takes...
Really?
It's going to take something drastic.
Do you think that's going to have an effect on some of our female fans out there? My whole Cosby impersonation?
Probably.
Because, I mean, I wasn't, doing...
Explain. Go ahead. I'm just as curious as they are. Ladies, Dusty Ray will be starting a new podcast.
Oh, no.
Matt Bolus Free.
And they'll probably be like, well, that's good. No, they're probably saying to themselves right now, that's what they're saying to themselves. Well, thank God. I like Dusty Ray. This is what the women of the Matt Bolus podcast, if they're listening, this is what they're saying to themselves right now. Well, thank God. You know what? I'm so happy Dusty Ray is going to be doing a podcast. I cannot fucking stand Matt Bolus. He's just so, I just wish he'd put a mask on sometimes, I just wish that Matt wouldn't, how am I supposed to say this?
I like how the lady who was just speaking about me insinuated that I wear a mask. I wish Matt could just...
No, I'm not saying that.
Just put a mask on.
No, I'm not meaning that. I mean, like...
I get you.
Okay. I don't want you to think that. You're one of the realest people I know. Damn it.
I try.
Not many people are willing to get out there and voice their opinions because not many people are willing to take stands on issues and things.
It would be easier for me to sell a podcast with right now than with you.
I take that at the highest. Wow. Have I come that far?
Let's have it on.
Maybe
live.
Somebody took the mantle up.
Live from
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
No, I don't know if this is just turning out as good as we thought it would be.
I just wanted to come over here and get a couple more jokes.
Yeah, I gave you broccoli, me.
Jesus Christ.
Alright. So you really don't
face hurts.
You don't want me to do any more impressions? What if they're good impressions? What if they're good, solid impressions?
It's a shame that there's no back and forth because I would ask the fans if they want to hear any more impressions, but here you go.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I'm sure right now a couple of them are saying, yeah, do more impressions. I thought the Bill Cosby thing was funny. The women out there, though, they're going.
I doubt. Yeah, they're
going. We have no after this, we will have no more female fans.
And it seemed.
And it's because I made a concerning Bill Cosby.
That was a
what?
That was a.
Yeah. Did you not hear him? He was like that. That's what I was insinuating. If that's not what came across originally, well, guess what? If we didn't lose him before, we sure as hell lost him now.
We'll be right back with the Matt Bolus podcast live from YouTube. Dusty Ray is the best. Ladies and gentlemen, Dusty Ray loves you. Matt Bolus psychotically laughing in the corner.
Hey, let me tell you something right now, alright? I love our fans.
Saying you love them and showing them, two different things.
Why don't you head on over to the Matt Bolus Podcast Facebook page. We have all sorts of interactive things. We have videos you can check out. We also have memes. We have saying images that you can spread and share, like them. They're just a poke and fun, good old time here at the Matt Bolus Podcast. That's all it takes. Give us a poke on Facebook. We might poke you back.
The Matt Bolus Podcast. See, that I can use.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Well, what?
Oh, I could do that all the time.
Why fucking don't you?
Because it's not real.
I know it's not real. I know that it's not real. I know that this kindness is bullshit.
I know.
I know that I don't give a fuck about anybody but myself, and that I don't care if everyone else. But I fake it because I want their money.
Yeah, me too.
Well, you're not doing a very good job of faking it.
You're right. I'm sorry. You're right.
I know I'm fucking right. What?
You're so sorry.
Oh, shit.
I forgot we're live.
We never went to break.
Fucking live.
We never went to... All right. Okay, now we're going to... Okay, we'll be right back.
Let's take a break.
We'll be right back with the Matt Bolus Podcast. Live from YouTube. Jesus
Check it out, brothers and brothers. Matt Bolus from the Matt Bolus podcast is going to be down at Sir Goonies July 27th. There's going to be all sorts of prizes. There's going to be prizes. Just like always, we're doing our legendary raffle, which will include prizes. Also, enter to win a chance to face me, Matt Bolus, in 18 holes of mini golf madness. Matt Bolus, check me out. Fucking Goonies. Legendary raffle. Legendary raffle. Enter to win a chance to race the one and only Dusty Ray down at Sir Goonies in the go-kart extreme for madness with extreme go-karts. Legendary raffle. Sir Goonies July 27th. It's gonna be all sorts of fucking car. Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Shit.
Fuck it. These are modern times.
Sin is sin. You know?
Huh?
Sin is sin.
Sin is sin?
Mm-hmm. Sin is sin.
So the kid who steals a pack of bubble gum?
Just as bad as Hitler.
That's Donald Trump America right there.
That is Donald Trump's America.
Donald Trump
Did
America.
you see my meme with Hank Hill?
Oh, yeah, the one where he's looking all depressed and shit. Police say 24-year-old Fidel Lopez became so enraged over his girlfriend saying her ex-husband's name during sex that he killed her by pulling out part of her intestines through her vagina.
Virginia.
Vagina. Well, I started off with a country accent on the whole thing.
Virginia. Go ahead. You're killing it. Go ahead.
At around 3:30 a.m. Saturday, Lopez called 911 to report his girlfriend, 31-year-old Maria, was having difficulty breathing and was going to die. When police arrived at the couple's apartment, they found several holes in the apartment's drywall. A closet door was lying in a hallway, and the rear sliding glass door had been shattered. They found Lopez crying in the bathroom beside his girlfriend, who was lying dead in a pool of blood. Officers also found a large amount of blood on the floor inside a closet, along with several chunks of body tissue. When questioned, Lopez told police that he and Nemeth had been drinking tequila. Well, there's your fucking problem. And then started having rough sex. So things started off good. Lopez said that after he and
Keep going.
several objects in the at her request,
Baby, get something else. Go ahead.
yeah, she went to the bathroom where she vomited and started having trouble breathing. That's when he called 911.
See this being shared.
I don't either. I don't really see this. This isn't what we were shooting for. Remember when we had that phone call earlier today?
Yeah. Yeah.
This wasn't. And you know, I tried, man. I really did. I tried to come up with some like good jokes and lightheartedness, fun, but
It's not coming.
I'm trying. I'm still trying right now. I think the Bill Cosby thing, though. I think that was my highlight of the night. You had several ones, though. You had that Donald Trump thing.
Thank you all for joining us
How
here.
much longer do you think this is going to last?
Thank you for listening today. We hope to see you tomorrow. We are always thinking about you, but not in a creepy way. More for your best interest. There are some really strange people in this world. Listen to me ramble on and on. Have a great night. Sleep tight. Tell your friends about what happened here. Of course they will call you crazy. No one just escapes the mothership and lives to blab about it. Thank you for listening today. Sleep tight.
This has been a production of the Chattanooga Podcast Network.